Hi everyone, myself Tashir Ali Sheikh. Welcome to my YouTube channels. Please go through this playlist to know better about the video in my channel. The playlist of my today's video is Introduction to Communication Systems, Block Diagram of General Communication System, Types of Communication Systems, Analog Communication System, and Drawbacks of Transmission, that is drawback of baseband transmission, that is without modulation techniques. This is the contact details of my this is my contact details. If any help, please text me. Introduction to communication system. Now, what is communication system? Communication is the process of transforming the information from source to destination or sender to receiver, or we may say that communication is the process of establish the connection between the 2 points, that is transmitter and receiver, for exchanging the informations. So the communication is basically for exchanging the information from sender to receiver. So this is the definition of communication system. In short, we can say that communication is the process for exchanging the information from source to destination, or sender to receiver, or transmitter to receiver. Now, the block diagram of general communication system is this consists of 6 blocks. One is the information source, one is the transmitter, channel, receiver, destination, and in channel noise and distortion is added. So there are 6 blocks generally consist in the general communication system. The information source. The information source is nothing but information. So we may know that communication system serves to communicate in masses or information, and these masses or information originate in the form information source. In general, there can be various masses in the form of words, group of words, codes, symbols, and sound signals. However, out of these masses, the desired masses is selected and conveyed or transmitted. Okay. Now, this is the transmitter. What is the function of transmitter? Inside the transmitter, the signal processing such as restriction of range of audio frequencies, amplifications, and modulation are achieved. All this processing of the massive signals are done just to ease the transmission of the signal through the channel. Now, what is channel, or what is the function of a channel? The channel is nothing but it is a means of medium through which the message travel from transmitter to receiver. In other words, we can say that the function of channel is provided a physical connection between the transmitter and the receiver, or sender to the receiver. There are basically 2 types of channel. One is wired channel, one is wireless channel. In wired channel, there are generally point-to-point connection or point-to-broadcast connection, and point-to-point connection consists of that is wire link, microwave, and optical fiber link. And in wireless channels, there will be no wire, or there will be no connection between the sender and receiver, just like a mobile phone or cellular phone systems. When there will be 2 parties, and that is will be talk over the phone, there will be no connection between the 2 persons. So the signal or message will be transmitted through wireless or air medium. So this medium is called the wireless, and wire medium is called nothing but wire links, microwave links, and optical fibers. And noise is nothing but it is the unwanted signals that is mixed up with the massive signals, and distortions that is added in the communication channel. There are different types of there are basically 2 types of noise are there. One is man-made and another is natural. So how will be the noise will be created by the man, then it will be called the man-made signals, and there will be the noise will be created from the nature that noise is called the natural noise. Now the receiver. The function of receiver is to reproduce the massive signal that is sent by the sender. And destination, the final block is the destination. The destination is the final stage which is used to convert the electrical massive signal into its original form, that is in which form the message is sent by the information source that will be reproduced in the destination. Now type of communication systems. There are basically two types of communication systems are there. One is analog system, another is a digital system. Okay. In analog systems, both the informations and are analog signals. That means both the signals are analog. In digital system, the digital pulse are transferred between two or more points in a communication system. That is digital pulse means generally we have used 1 and 0, that is binary digit 1 and 0s. When there will be information, then 1 will be transmit, and when there will be no information, at that time 0 will be transmit. Now what is analog communications? The modulation system or a techniques in which one of the characteristics of the carrier is changed in proportion with the instantaneous values of the modulating signal is called the analog communication systems. Now what is the term of carrier signals? What is the term mean by the modulating signal? Carrier signal is nothing but it is the high frequency signal which is act as an envelope to convey the massive signal from transmitter to receiver. And modulating signal is nothing but it is also called a baseband signal or massive signal, which has generally very low frequency or low energy signals. Now what is the advantage of analog communication? There are basically three advantages of analog communication systems are there. One is the transmitter and receiver are very simple. In this system bandwidth requirement is very low or very minimum. FDM can be used, that is frequency division multiplexing can be used in analog communication system. So these are the three advantages of communication system, that is transmitter and receiver are very simple, low bandwidth are required in the analog communication systems, and FDM, that is frequency division multiplexing techniques can be implemented. Then the disadvantage of analog communication systems. The first disadvantage is noise effect, the signal quality. So that when the noise will be mixed up or effect on the transmitted signal, the quality of the signal will be degraded, and it is not possible to separate noise and signal. In these systems, the separation of noise from the massive signal is very complex, so it is usually not possible to separate out. The repeater cannot be used between the transmitter and receiver. In analog communication systems, we cannot use or implement a receiver in between the transmitter and receiver, so we cannot transmit the massive signal for a long distance in analog communication system, and coding is not possible in analog communication systems. So if coding is not possible, so we cannot send the secret message or secret information to the sender from sender to receiver. So in the last point it is mentioned that it is not possible, not suitable for transmission of secret information because of as it is coding is not possible in this technique. Now drawbacks of the baseband transmission or without modulation techniques. First drawbacks is large antenna height is needed in the baseband transmission signal. In baseband transmission, as we have already mentioned, that the baseband transmission signals contain very low energy, therefore it is not possible to transmit for a long distance. So therefore it require a large antenna height in the transmitter, and signal get mixed up In baseband signal, when you have transmit the baseband signals, it will be mixed up in the channel. So when it will be mixed up, it is not possible to separate out. So it is one of the disadvantages. It is only short range of transmission is possible, as it contains very low energy. Multiplexing is not possible for baseband transmission signals. And poor quality of signal reception. When the receiver will be receive the signals, the quality of the reception of the signal is very low or very poor. So these are the basic disadvantages, or 5 disadvantages of the baseband transmission. The above drawbacks can be overcome by means of modulation techniques. The summary of my today's videos is what is communication, the basic or block diagram of general communication systems, types of communication, and analog communication systems, and disadvantages or drawbacks of the baseband transmission. These 5 things we have discussed in this video. So in our later upcoming video, will be discuss more details about the other topics. Thank you for watching this video, and this videography and editing by Tashali Sheikh. Please subscribe and like this video. Press the bell button to get notification whenever new video is posted.